Yeah, hi, I'm Ramsden. I'm a black belt under Galvao and assistant instructor here at the Maverick Training Center, Atos, Jiu-Jitsu Huntsville. This is my sister Julia, and today we're going to do a quick counter to when someone has you in deep De La Riva Guard, which means just going all the way across. So like regular or short hook De La Riva would be here, deep De La Riva is here. A lot of times this happens when we get caught maybe sitting in combat base for a little bit too long, and this is actually really hard to deal with. And so a couple of things you can try are to stuff the leg and step over, but if they're like pulling your collar or something, then it's really hard. You're kind of locked into place. Another option is to try to back step pass, like you grab their collar or cross face. But if someone's good at rolling on their shoulders, and this happens a lot, where you kind of pull them into this. So we need another option, really, because that's why you don't see a lot of people back step pass anymore, especially the lighter weights. People just spin on their shoulders too easily. So another option is just to attack a calf slicer from right here. So the foot's all the way across. One thing I want to make sure is my knee doesn't get pushed like this. So that makes it really easy for her to start tucking this hook behind my knee and start attacking my back. Okay, kind of gives it to them. So we want to always be trying to open our knee. And so the way I do this is I kind of take my heel off the mat, like really exaggerate how much my knee comes open because I'm trying to always hide my back. Okay, so I don't want to be flat foot usually. I want to try to be like this a little bit. Now the calf slicer is I'm going to wrap my arm over her leg and drop on my shoulder. So it's going to look like this. Then I'm going to continue rolling through until my head comes out over here, and then lock my hands together and triangle my legs. Have to make sure my knee stays open the whole time. To here. Triangle your legs, and I just kick my leg down and squeeze into my shin for the tap. So again, we have to make sure our knee stays open, because if it gets tight, then this happens. And there's nothing there. And if this happens, then we just have to try to come back on top. So again, this normally happens if we're sitting in like combat base too long, to get that deep De La Riva. So step one is make sure our knee never does this. We're giving up our back too easy. So you need to kind of pivot on the ball of your foot and do this as much as we can. Okay, gotta really exaggerate how much the knee opens. I'm gonna hug in front of my leg, drop on my shoulder, and my head's gonna pass through. I wanna immediately lock the triangle, lock the gable grip, and squeeze, kind of extend like this into their hamstring and calf. So wrap, roll across. So make sure our knee stays flared open. So it's kind of like my ankle catching almost in the knee. Gable grip, triangle, and then we squeeze. One thing you can do that's a little bit meaner is if you're able to start like climbing up and start like wrapping almost like a seatbelt or something and attacking the calf slicer here. If you can reach their upper body, that's great. If not, keeping the leg is okay. So, one more time. She has deep De La Riva. And even if they go short hook, you can kind of force this. Just kind of grab their foot. If you like just really want to attack this calf slicer, you kind of shove it across for them. It's risky because this is good control if we're on our knees. But if you just really are confident in your calf slicer, it's okay. So step one, we got to open our knee as much as we can. If we don't open our knee, this is what happens. We roll through, and this ends up happening, where I don't have a shin bone in her leg, and that's not going to do anything. So we have to open our knee to not only give or hide our back, but to make sure our shin bone's in her leg. So really got to make sure this is happening before we go. Keep it open the whole time. So drop on my left shoulder, roll across my shoulders until my head kind of pops out. Then immediately triangle, and I'm going to squeeze and extend like this. And remember, if we want to be like really mean with it, and we're able to, if you can start climbing up their upper body and pull them into it like this, it's a little bit worse.